Welcome back, and to shed more light on the topic, we're delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Mohammed Sabreen, Editor-in-Chief of Al Ahram newspaper. Good evening, sir. Mr. Mohammed Sabreen, writer and editor-in-chief of Al Ahram newspaper. Can you hear me, sir? Sir, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi participated today at the urgent humanitarian response for Gaza summit in Jordan. How do you see the significance of this conference at this critical time and the participation of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi? And once again, we have our guest over the phone, Mr. Mohammed Sabreen, writer. Sir, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi participated today at the urgent humanitarian response for Gaza summit in Jordan. How do you see the significance of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's participation at this crucial time at the summit? Sir, can you hear me?
Hello?
Sir, I repeat my question. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi participated...
You know, I didn't hear anything.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
I don't hear, the question. The voice is so low.
I repeat my question, sir. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi participated today at the urgent humanitarian response for Gaza summit in Jordan. How do you see the significance of this conference at this critical time and the participation of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi?
I think, Egypt and the Arab countries are very keen to send a strong message that, this tragedy must stop now, which means now. And I think, President al-Sisi make it, very clear, all the bad things, all the consequences are the result of the occupation. So the problem is the occupation and the bombardment, and the attacks of the Israeli, troops against, the civilians. And I think, the message was very clear and was very strong. And, coming from, the leader of Egypt, which is playing a very important and very crucial role, trying to make stability. And Egypt is very keen at the same time, explaining that, all this, military adventure is not going to solve the crisis. And we need negotiation, and we need peace, and we need stability.
Sir, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi stressed today at the summit that the Israeli occupation is directly responsible for the unprecedented humanitarian crisis in Gaza Strip and the suffering of its people as a deliberate outcome of a destructive and revenge war on the besieged territory, its infrastructure and medical system. What's your take on that?
Could you come, with your last part of the question, because I didn't catch it?
Well, as part of his speech, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi spoke about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the suffering of the people as a deliberate outcome of a destructive and revenge war.
Yeah, I think, the tragedy and the suffering, it is very... very sad and huge. We didn't see such suffering and destruction. Everything actually remind us by the destruction of the Second World War. This is this is not acceptable by any means, and we need the international community and the credibility of the international bodies are suffering because not only the Palestinians who are being killed, but I think the credibility and the meaning of the international order is actually under siege and also under attack from the Israeli troops and bombardment. This is a very sad situation, and everyone who do have a conscience must work very quickly to end this this bloody destruction, war and attack, and savage attack actually from the Israeli groups.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Sabreen, Egyptian writer. Many thanks for your insights, sir. And dear viewers, now we go to this report. Let's check out this report.
Egyptian entrepreneurs are satisfied with various aspects of the business climate, according to a report released by a local startup incubation firm, which found Egyptian entrepreneurial ecosystem showing room for progress in key areas such as policy, venture capital and private sector involvement. The Egyptian Entrepreneurship Diagnostics report, encompassing micro startups to large enterprises, offers aggregate ratings of various aspects of Egypt's business environment, evaluating government policies, social inclusion, financial accessibility, venture capital financing, ease of doing business, cross-border capital flows, private sector contribution, and development sector contribution. Each aspect received ratings on a scale from very inadequate to very adequate from a diverse range of Egyptian enterprises. The survey revealed a moderate satisfaction level of 2.99 for government policies. Healthcare and biotechnology sectors rated this area highly at 3.59, but for most, gaps and inefficiencies were persisted with dealing with a government. Scoring a commended 3.27, social inclusion received positive recognition. The report indicated a moderately positive perception of financial accessibility. Dynamics across sectors highlighted positive responses in artificial intelligence and healthcare. Cross-border capital mobility also received a score of 2.79. Both private sector contribution and development sector contribution received 2.66 and 2.99 ratings, respectively. Report's findings provide a comprehensive understanding of Egypt's startup landscape, offering valuable insights for policymakers, investors and entrepreneurs seeking to enhance the country's burgeoning entrepreneurial ecosystem. The government has presented a strategic policy framework offering targeted recommendations to reinvigorate Egypt's entrepreneurial domain. In a bid to fortify infrastructure, the state also advocates for crafting clearer legal understanding within policy frameworks to tailor sector-specific programs. This is to urge a review of cumbersome governmental procedures to expedite the establishment of private enterprises, emphasizing consistent evaluation of incentive-based policies to amplify their impact on entrepreneurship, and propose a comprehensive governmental strategy fostering innovative collaborations for a public-private partnership. It also aims to push for equal access to innovation initiatives across diverse sectors and educational institutions, advocating for media discourse and educational content focused on gender equality in the economic sector, championing public-private programs to address gender disparities, particularly in underserved sectors and regions, and expanding government-sponsored research and development programs for tech and sector-specific companies.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're delighted to be joined here live at the studio by Dr. Nasser Refaat, artificial intelligence in media and economic expert. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
The pleasure is all mine.
Sir, moving now to our main topic, which is artificial intelligence in the field of media and also media incubators. How do you assess the significance of artificial intelligence and its wide use in different sectors, not only in Egypt, but worldwide?
Naveen, it's like when Edison have invented the bulb. It's the same as invention the bulb. It's the same as the new steam engine. So it is a complete disruption, as we say, to our daily practice on all fields.
Okay.
One of them, let's take in brief, like the media. The media consists of, or let's talk about what is AI. AI is a machine with lots of GPUs, out of which that you have IoT, which is big data. Mm-hmm. You put this big data as an input through neural networks. These neural networks, and then you give it the output. So these neural networks develop, let's say, a formula or a pattern. And these pattern, after that, you give it new data, which doesn't have any output, and make it predict. Within that, you create something, we call it an automation. Now, imagine this, Naveen. Now, you have one automation, and you can have another automation, a third automation, fourth automation. And then you can connect another automation to automate all these. Einstein had like 160 IQ. AI or ChatGPT or birds or whatever, they have exceeded this now and is going to go to 1600 IQ. Mm-hmm. So this tells you where we are going. Now, in media sector, one of the things, media will be changed. It will be transformed all to the best. Now, in media there is post-production, same as people who do the scripts, the idea of the program, and then picking the cast, as well picking locations, etc. So this is post-production. Within that, the AI is involved now into creating the idea, into writing the scripts and the scenarios, picking the locations, internal, external, etc. And even goes to another extent that it can pick up the cast and do the finance. This is the post-production. Mm-hmm. Going into the production side, there was IBC and NAB, which is the largest conference and exhibition for broadcast, one in Las Vegas, another one in Amsterdam. They were showing all the AI-related production equipment. One of them is like the cameras which tracks you wherever you go as a presenter and knows when to zoom in, when to zoom out, and it's autonomous, it operates by itself. Mm-hmm. This applies as well to the ARRI, to Red Hat 8, which is the cinema films as well. Mm-hmm. So this is one element. Into the production element, you have as well, when you go into the you move from the production, we go to the post-production, which is the editing and the graphics and on air. Mm-hmm. Now, within the editing side, now AI is very much there. It can go and index all the scenes. It can go pick up for you the best scenes that goes with the script. So what you need to do, you give him the script, he'll put the scenes to you, for you. Mm-hmm. The graphics, similarly, it can create graphics and on. So imagine this, Naveen. Today, as a TV, as well as producers such as the big networks, we have in Egypt, mashallah, it's the leader in media. It costs a lot to produce a program like this one. Now, the fee which we're using for AI is going to be very much inclined going to a user-generated content rather than producer-generated content, because it is simple. You can generate now from prompt, you can generate a 4K video material. As well, you can compose your own audio. So there are disruptions there, there is regulations happening everywhere. Moreover, if you move into the data side, part of the ecosystem of media, which has all the metadata about the event, about the program, the scenes, etc., as well, AI is very much there, out of something we call the transcribing, scene detection, the whole lot, and most importantly is indexing. Because indexing is very important to the last phase of the media cycle, which is the production and delivery. Mm-hmm. Now, when we deliver a program like this one, to the audience. On the satellite, there's an APG. They see Naveen is the presenter, etc., etc. But yet, within that APG, there will be an index tags that this program has 1, 2, 3, 4. There's somebody talking about AI. There's somebody talking whatever. And so you find this is to speed up the discovery of the program. Similarly, when you distribute this program into the IP, into OTT and RT. So it fills into all these cycles. This is the media side.
I have a question here.
Sure.
Now, I can see that AI or artificial intelligence will be performing most of the tasks of the people working in the media field, pre and post-production. Now, how far will this affect the employment and the employees working in the media field? Because also I saw robots as presenters. So tell me, how far will this affect the employees in the media field?
It's a good question, Naveen. Naveen, it will enhance the performance. Let's put it this way: it will enhance the performance more than 60%. It will reduce the headcount by 40% for now. For now. Remember, Naveen, we talked about the automation, and then if you hook all these automations together, then it's autonomous. Whereas where we're going now, from presenter perspectives, now they can clone your voice, they can clone you. Only your face, so we can have a complete program having Naveen talking, which is not Naveen, talking to Nasser here, and somebody have written the script, and you're talking same exact tones. It's available. Not only this, Naveen, even the singers. Now, I'm not going to say which network is facing this, but it's global. From the singers' perspectives, there is a big lawsuits now in US regarding the AI and music. Because somebody from prompt have taken a voice of a singer from the prompt, automatically composed the music. The AI composed the music, the AI have taken his thumb of his voice and created one of the best songs you can hear. And it went viral, 4 million viewers in the first day. So there's a lawsuits now is happening. So to talk AI has to be regulations. Now, as you said, nobody would be able to take Naveen's clone unless Naveen says yes, and she has to be rewarded. So the monetization model is going to change.
So this will be like rights of usage?
Exactly,
or
IP rights.
IP rights.
IP rights. And within this IP rights, there are going to be different monetization models, new that you'll be seeing coming in the coming era. Media sectors, they have recognized that there is changes. There is revenue being dropping very rapidly because of the digital domain as well as this new AI coming in. So most of the media sectors as well, they start going into a parallel revenue streams. So they start looking after startups as well as venture capital to go and invest and promote new startups, whether in technology or in media. Now, within startups, there's an incubators, of course, and then Egypt is, mashallah, we're leading on this. And there's so many programs and facilitated that are given to the population here in Egypt, and anybody wants to come to Egypt as well. Now, this is important for the sustainability. So it's not a matter of choice currently. It comes with the media sector. So media sector is going to be transforming into a bit of a techno sector to continue the path.
Right. Now the main issues surrounding artificial intelligence or AI are data security and privacy. How far can data be secured, avoid leaks, breaches and misuse to ensure security and integrity?
Very good. Okay. What is the security, or let's go digital security? Digital security is all based on bits. So we started with 8-bit and 16, 64, 128, which is the bus itself, or the chipsets. Now, encoders, we can, there's lots of hacks and there's lots of cybersecurity issues happening globally. But with AI, rather than me having 4 programmers sitting there trying to trace a hack, and trying to build a subroutine to protect the system, AI can produce much faster, much faster, Naveen. So therefore, it's another quantum leap in the security side. AI is available now in two, or let's say the biggest budget of AI is worldwide. It's on three areas: US, China, and then we have Europe, and there's us. US has the largest budget for AI spending, but the majority of it, or let's say 60% of it, going into, or 70 actually, into the military side. Okay, so very much advanced, the military. China, 80% of their investment in AI is going into civil application, which is great. Europe are the nice guys. They are focusing into the regulation, the regulations. However, there are, let's say, sectors which currently looking into deep learning, etc. Same as we have in Egypt. In Egypt, mashallah, we have jumped into this already with the new innovations of what President Sisi, God bless him, have helped us to accomplish here. Now we have huge data center, we have huge GPUs, we have lots of know-how being transferred to Egypt, and there are lots of products coming to the market very soon from Egypt. And telecom, the Ministry of Telecom has played a very important role here in Egypt on that domain since the initiatives or the digital transformation meeting of 2018. Big leaps happened, and now the telecommunication ministry, I think, in Egypt is one of the most successful and most lucrative when it comes to the revenue stream in whole Egypt, right after Qat Suez.
Right. What are your expectations for the future of artificial intelligence, not only in Egypt, but worldwide?
Artificial intelligence is a good thing for us, for humanity, because it helps us to become better. It helps us to be relieved of all these mechanical jobs. So, because AI, Naveen, is kind of merging now with the robotic, which is coming very soon, which is going to help you in your house, it's going to help you whatever. As well, we have
so
now.
So we're going to be having robots very soon here in
yes.
Egypt.
Definitely, yes. Autonomous cars, which is self-driving cars, will have great impact. The huge impact we'll have, Naveen, is into the medical or the biomedical industry.
Healthcare.
Healthcare, because healthcare is transforming to engineering. Engineering you can predict, and you can design, redesign. So AI is helping us to move to that area. So there's going to be a huge leap into the medical side. Mind you, in all sides, but medical.
What about the educational sides also?
Education as well. Now, education has changed, Naveen. It's not anymore that you take your kid to school and let him sit whatever. No, because as we mentioned, things have changed. Now, all the content is available. All knowledge is available on the wide...
On the internet.
On the internet. So if I go and try to my son or my daughter or your niece to push information into her brain, something that she doesn't really need, she will forget it afterwards. Now, anybody wants information, it's accessible now. So education will change to a better locations. Now, there is lots of initiatives from President Sisi as well in pushing in Egypt to go into the AI side, as well into the development, as well exporting all development. And Egypt is like second after India now, exporting all the techie, the encoding to Holland, to Australia, to everywhere, mashallah. Education is going rapidly. However, Naveen, measures like we see law is going to reduce a lot, because law, AI, they say it can help, so it can reduce the number of, it's all about supply and demand. So once the supply is a lot, so therefore the demand will be less.
Yeah.
For this. So same thing applies, Naveen, on the medical side, unfortunately, because AI will have lots of supply in terms of know-how and automate the process, etc., etc. So the demand for some doctors will not be there, especially now with the robotic. Now you can do as well the surgery through robotic, etc., with high precision. So there is a disturbance in the society is going to happen, and we have to adapt very quickly, and we have to position our kids into the right track, out of which that when they grow, they will find proper jobs.
Yeah.
And they are like 19, really hot. We need to push them to it.
Great. We're going to go to check out this report, and we'll be right back.
Egypt seeks to enhance its growing economy through developing and promoting business incubators and startup companies, as well as micro, small and medium enterprises, especially in the industry and information technology fields, through expanding the participation of the private sector, increasing the competitiveness of small and medium enterprises, all of which are essential requirements in achieving sustainable development and Egypt's Vision 2030 for sustainable development. Egypt is working on maximizing the role of business incubators to solve many economic, social and environmental problems, as business incubators have become the main supporter of emerging projects. This done through community participation by raising awareness of young people wishing to enter the labor market, by creating jobs and supporting human development, and providing them with the necessary financial, marketing and administrative support. In addition, business incubators are able to adopt innovative ideas which serve the process of modernization and continuous development of the production process. Many studies have confirmed business incubators have become a link between industrial development and scientific research. The state is working on activating legislation that urges the conservation of resources, waste recycling and good management to protect the environment and encourage small projects interested in waste recycling. There are many challenges still facing developing countries with regards to activating the role of business incubators, but by maximizing the role of business incubators in the transformation of the circular economy, there will be a positive impact on the development of the industrial sector, as it supports and increases competitiveness of the national industry.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still talking about artificial intelligence and the challenges facing artificial intelligence. Sir, what are the main challenges facing AI, and what are methods of addressing them?
Okay. As you understand, Naveen, AI is programming language, which has a framework, which is Python. We use Python and then C#, etc., for the deep learning. Now, there are lots of open sources or engines available for anybody to use. However, we need these engines has to be tweaked based on the industry, whether I'm going to put it into the military sector or going to put it into the telecom sector, etc. Each one has to be tweaked. And there are now new positions are being found now for, we call it, rather than CTO now, Chief AI Officer, which is they look upon this development. The main challenge for AI is where does it stop? Where does it stop? Because by the way it's going now, the speed of the progress is horrendous. It's before, if you remember, we had like innovations every 10 years, and then 5 years. Now we have every day something new is coming up. Scary, yes.
It's very scary.
Very scary. However, let's be optimistic. Let's be optimistic.
How can people keep up and keep updated with lots of changes, day-to-day changes?
Remember, Naveen, when we said if somebody doesn't know English, whatever, he wouldn't have chance in the international market?
Yeah.
And we said everybody who doesn't know computer, he won't have a chance to find a proper job.
Yes.
Now, everybody who doesn't know AI, he will be left behind. So, imagine that. Let's take this to Egypt. Now, in Egypt, mashallah, education is I would say it is good we have mega universities, very old universities, and we have, mashallah, yani, we have Qahira, Jamaat al-Qahira, Jamaat Ain Shams, and we have the AUC, etc., etc. And all of them are submitting lots of research papers, etc., and they are going ahead with AI innovations as well. Cairo University, Ain Shams University, AUC, they have incubators as well for anybody who have a new startup. So they support that. These clusters, they started to grow in Egypt, plus the financial support and lots of regulations happen to ease onto the registrations for any startups, etc., etc. AI, as we mentioned, it has to be regulated. Regulations happens as international, it has to happen as local as well, because each country has its own privacy. So it has to be micro-controlled. Micro-controlled is a bit difficult to do now with AI. Now there is something, another disturbance happens with this quantum computing. This is where the big fear coming from, the quantum computing. Because as we mentioned, Naveen, we have a problem into the world of science today. Let's put the science hat. Of square root 2. Can you imagine? So number 2 is a big problem, because if you do the square root of 2 and then you get like 1.417, etc., etc., and then if you do it to the power 3 and then divide by 2, you find yourself going into a continuous loop of 2. So there are issues there. So AI discovered that. And accordingly, there are lots of theorems is being rectified. Because anything, I can go forever on this topic. Let's stop here. So regulation is important, local level, international level, and educating the people as well.
Right, well, unfortunately we're out of time. We would like to have another episode with this interesting discussion on AI and of course AI and media specifically. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Nasser Refaat, AI media and economic expert, many thanks for your insight and for joining us here tonight.
My pleasure, Naveen, anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of the Daily Debate. Many thanks for watching. This is Naveen Ramzi signing off.